The history of decentralized finance is fundamentally split between the era before Uniswap and the era after its inception. Since 2018, Uniswap has functioned as more than just a trading protocol. It has established the structural foundation for the entire Web3 ecosystem. By February 2026, Uniswap has processed over $4 trillion in cumulative volume, facilitated by millions of liquidity providers and hundreds of millions of wallets. The true value of Uniswap today lies in its identity as a survivalist innovator. It has not only survived a hostile regulatory environment, but has also managed to reinvent its core technology to become the primary liquidity layer for both crypto-native assets and institutional real-world assets. Uniswap version 4 represents the most significant technical leap in the history of automated market makers. Launched on January 30th, 2025, version 4 transformed the protocol from a rigid exchange into a programmable developer platform. The introduction of hooks allows developers to plug custom logic directly into liquidity pools at 14 different points in their life cycle. This mechanism enables sophisticated features, such as dynamic fees that adjust based on market volatility, on-chain limit orders, and automated yield strategies. By the middle of 2025, over 2,500 custom hook-enabled pools were already in operation, proving the platform's extensible nature. Alongside this, the singleton architecture consolidates all pools into one smart contract, which slashes the gas cost of creating new pools by 99.9%. This efficiency is further enhanced by flash accounting, which batch processes multiple swaps and settles only the net token balances at the end of a transaction. The launch of Unicane on February 11, 2025 marked Uniswap's transition into a vertically integrated infrastructure provider. Unicane is a DeFi-native Ethereum Layer 2, designed for extreme speed and fairness. Through its Flashblocks technology, the network achieves transaction confirmation times as low as 200 milliseconds, which is 10 times faster than most competing Layer 2 solutions. Unicane also utilizes trusted execution environments to ensure transparent and fair transaction, ordering, effectively mitigating predatory maximal extractable value. Within its first year, the network recorded over 6 million monthly active wallets and now processes between 500,000 and 1 million transactions per day. As part of the Optimism superchain, Unicane serves as a central liquidity hub that allows seamless asset transfers across dozens of chains, with gas costs that are 95% lower than the Ethereum mainnet. The unification proposal passed in late 2025 has finally resolved the long-standing debate over the value capture of the Uni token. By activating the protocol fee switch, Uniswap has transitioned the token from a passive governance asset into a productive deflationary instrument. Under this new model, protocol fees from version 2 and version 3 flow into an immutable contract called the token jar. These accumulated fees are then used to buy back and burn Uni tokens through the Fire Pit contract. Based on current trading volumes, the protocol generates approximately $26 million in annualized fees, leading to the permanent destruction of about 4 million Uni tokens every year. To further reward holders, the governance executed a massive retroactive burn of 100 million Uni tokens from the treasury, which reduced the total supply by 10.1%. Regulatory clarity has acted as a primary catalyst for Uniswap's institutional expansion. In February 2025, the Securities and Exchange Commission officially closed its investigation into Uniswap Labs without taking any enforcement action. This followed a landmark legal victory in a New York federal court, where a patent infringement lawsuit regarding concentrated liquidity was dismissed, affirming the open-source nature of the protocol's technology. These developments paved the way for the historic partnership between Uniswap Labs and Securitize, announced on February 11, 2026. This collaboration enables institutional investors to trade shares of BlackRock's digital liquidity fund, known as BWIDL, directly on-chain using Uniswap X technology. This marks a definitive shift where tokenized, real-world assets are no longer just pilot programs, but are fully integrated into the decentralized finance ecosystem. The real-world asset market has matured into a $24 billion sector, with tokenized U.S. treasuries serving as the primary driver of growth. Ondo Finance has emerged as a leader in this space, maintaining a total value locked of nearly $2 billion and offering yield-bearing products like USDY that are now staples in Uniswap liquidity pools. As interest rates remain relevant, the demand for on-chain exposure to traditional fixed income assets continues to rise. Uniswap's role as the gateway for these assets has solidified its position as a global financial hub, where traditional and digital markets converge. Despite its dominance, Uniswap faces aggressive competition. PancakeSwap version 3 currently holds a 29.6% market share of decentralized exchange volume, largely driven by its low fees and massive retail user base on the BNB chain. Additionally, Aerodrome has successfully captured the liquidity of the Base ecosystem, while high-performance platforms like Hyperliquid are attracting professional traders. With near-instant execution, Uniswap is countering these threats through its $120.5 million Uniswap Unleashed program, which funds developer grants and version 4. Liquidity incentives to maintain its competitive edge through 2027. By 2030, the decentralized finance market is projected to reach $256.4 billion, and Uniswap is positioned to handle over $10 trillion in cumulative volume. The transition to a fee-pegged and burn-driven economic model means that the UNI token's value is now fundamentally linked to the protocol's utility and the global growth of on-chain trading. For the modern investor, Uniswap is no longer a speculative project, but a piece of critical financial infrastructure that earns its keep through the constant flow of global commerce. As more assets move on-chain, Uniswap's programmable and decentralized architecture ensures it will remain the settlement layer for the next generation of finance.